Char Margolis, Char Communications Incorporated, and CharVision LLC do not endorse or offer for any purpose but entertainment the views of any guest or other expert on CharVision or UBN.
I knew things before they happened from the time I was a child. At the age of 8, I saw a spirit at the foot of my bed and didn't know what it was. And in my 20s, I finally realized I had a special ability that could help others. I have learned that love never dies. There is a spirit world that can communicate with us, and we all have the gift of intuition. Join me, and together we will explore the possibilities of the unknown from beyond and more. This is CharVision.
Hi, everybody. It's Sunny and Char and Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hello.
It's February 18th, 2022.
March.
And thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I am very excited because my dear friend, and actually I think the world's most famous numerologist, is with us. Not just the most famous, but the most gifted. And it's Glynis. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties with her getting on. So I'm hoping that Tony, how are we doing with that?
She just rebooted, so I think we'll be here shortly. But you also said February, but we're March 18th.
What Glynis wants to talk about today is the numerology forecast for Zelensky and Putin. Now, how amazing is that going to be? Because it literally says the blueprint of what's in store for Putin and what's in store for Zelensky. So I'm excited to hear about it, but I still think we have some tough technical difficulties. So why don't we do this? Tony, why don't I take a caller? Is there anybody who wants to talk to me and have a reading? And I'll tune into you until we get Glynis all organized. And then we'll get to the numerology. So Tony, let's take a caller.
Well, I have somebody in the chat room said that you read for them about 20 years ago and would like a follow-up.
Okay, well, perfect. Let's get them in.
All right, 714, you're on the air with Char and Sunny.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Good. I think I counted now. It was like 25 years ago you did a reading for me.
Wow.
And you were totally right.
God bless you. What's your name?
Kathy.
Kathy. So nice to talk to you again. Did we do it over the phone, or I see you're in California. So did you have it in person or over the phone?
Over the phone.
Oh,
and I'm also a fan of Glynis.
Oh, she's the best. I just hope her technology will come together so she can join us in a minute. But may I read for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, I don't remember what I say to people, especially, 25 years ago, but I don't remember what I said to my client today. So just be open-minded about everybody living and deceased. I always say a prayer of protection before I read, and I like to do it in the beginning of my show anyway, because as in everyday life, there are good and bad people in the spirit world. There are positive and negative energies, and we want to make sure we only have positive goodness around us. We ask the universal consciousness and God that holds the highest spiritual power of knowledge, wisdom, and truth to guide and protect us as we communicate with our guides and angels in the spirit world and tap into the wisdom of the universe. We respect this opportunity and take full responsibility to use this not for ego or controlling others, but with the pure intention of spreading love and healing life on this earth and beyond. Anything that is in, near, around, or about us that is not of light, go back to where you came from and turn to light if you choose, but stay away from us. So I want to know,
Amen.
Thank you. I want to know if there's a J or G person connected with you.
Yes.
Are they deceased?
The one that comes to mind is living.
Living, is it a male?
But there are other J's. Yes.
And is it spelled J-E or J-O?
J-E.
Like Jeffrey or Jerry or Jesse?
Jerry.
Jerry. And who is this?
My husband.
Oh, your husband. Okay. And okay, well, okay, good. So are you guys talking about changing where you live, or changing something in your changing something in your
yeah, it's time some repair work be done. We're waiting to see things that happen with our grown kids to figure out. Right now we're staying put.
Yeah, but do any of your kids want to move out of state?
Yes.
And would you,
from where they are right now?
Where are they now?
They're respectively in Missouri and Florida.
Okay, and do they want to go back to California?
They may. It depends on economics and circumstances.
Okay, so I'm not sure California is where they're going to be, to be honest. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like you might want to live in another place one day. I know that's
yeah, that's a possibility. They'll probably come back west, but probably not California.
That's what I think. I think you guys will move somewhere like either Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, something like that. Is that what you were thinking?
Yes.
I think that's going to happen. And I think you'll be fine when that happens. And has there been a minor issue with Jerry's health?
Yes.
Okay. And was he put on medication?
Yes.
Okay.
But we're mostly trying to do it homeopathic.
Okay. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Can I ask what it is?
Some of it is hives and itching. Some of it might be pet dander. I do cat rescue.
Okay, so I was going to say I think it's allergies. And I don't know if you know what NAET is. Do you know what NAET is? Go to NAET.com. Find a practitioner.
N as in Nancy, M as in Mary.
N as in Nancy, A as in Apple,
okay.
E as in Edward, T as in Tom, NAET.com. And
okay.
I'm not allowed to give out medical advice. However, I would find somebody who knows that they desensitize you to the things you're allergic to holistically, naturally, energetically.
Okay, thank you.
Energetically. Oh. So I feel like if you do that, it would be great. One more thing, is there an M person as well, or an A? Do you have someone deceased that's an A or an M?
Yes.
With an M or an A?
Yes, M.
M-A?
Or yes.
M-I? Is it spelled M-A?
M-A.
Is that a female?
Yes.
Like a Mary or Margaret or?
Margaret, but there's also a Mary.
Okay, I think they're both around you. Was one your grandma or your mom?
One's a grandmother, one's a great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother. Okay, I feel them both around you. And I just
the great-grandmother was a writer.
A writer. And are you a writer?
Yes, but I want to get published.
You don't want to, right? So your grandmother's.
No, I want to.
Oh, you want to? Okay, so I think she'll help you if you want to try to do that. Anyway, I've so enjoyed reconnecting with you. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And call us again, please. Don't wait 25 years.
Oh, you bet. Thank you very much. Take care.
25 years. Will I still be doing this? You bet, if I'm still alive. Okay. Take good care.
You were right about my kids. Take care. Bye.
I'm so glad. Thank you for that validation. Bye-bye.
Testing, testing. This is a new one. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes.
I think we can hear her.
It's Glynis.
Yes.
Glynis.
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me? I hear you.
Oh my God.
We can hear you.
I'm so happy we got you.
Well, I'm frozen, right? Now I'm frozen. My face.
Well, you're always beautiful.
It'd be nice if my head moved.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the glitch is.
I have an idea. You know, where there's a will, there's a way, Char.
Of course.
I'm going to try something.
Okay. Okay, everybody hang in there because Glynis is going to tell us
I'm going to try for something here.
The numbers of Zelensky and Putin, and we really need to hear about this.
Now I'm moving. Look at me. I'm moving. But can you hear me? Am I moving and you can hear me? Woohoo!
Yes, Mae West. Yes, Mae West.
I am so cool. Oh, that only took 18 minutes on a 9-day. I like it.
Oh,
that's
good.
Insane.
Please tell us, first of all, you didn't hear your introduction. I said like you're the greatest numerologist in the world. You didn't hear me say that.
Well, yes, my sister Vanessa is hanging in there for us, so we got to do a shout out. Hello, Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa. I love my masks. I love my masks. Vanessa made me all my masks, and touch wood, haven't gotten COVID, so
that's right. So they worked, right? She's amazing. But yeah, she shot an email. She said, "Are you having any luck getting on?" But you know what? Yeah, it was interesting. This is a good camera, though. You can see that, and it's a new computer, but it's just about connecting Logitech, and somehow it didn't. So I apologize, but who cares? Let's talk about what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. We want to talk
about the numbers and the energy of what's going on with us. You know, you and I have not talked this year at all. So I first want to talk about 2022. Just the energy. Okay.
Yes.
So 2022. I'm excited about it because it does represent for all the people that are psychics and empaths and counselors and, moms who are real good to their kids, like intuitive. It's usually that number 2 that's a part of it. Like you have a 2 in your chart. I have a 2 in my chart. Mm-hmm. And right now, 222 is amplifying the energy. So the vibration is incredibly strong. Yeah. The reason I'm excited about it, right now we're dealing with a conflict. We have the Ukraine and all this horrible stuff with Russia. But I will put it to you this way. In January, when I was a guest on George Norrie, Coast to Coast, which a ton of people follow, who follow you, who follow me, I said that Putin was in a cycle that if he chose to attack, it would be a big mistake for him, that this was not the right time. The timing would be off. And if you followed this at all, Char, that is proving to be true. This did not go to plan, not at all. And what he believed is that it would go quickly. He really thought he could come to Ukraine, do a couple of things and take it over, and boy, did that not happen. So that's what's beautiful about numerology. Numerology is a science universe. Now, I've done it my whole life, right? I was 19 when I first learned the numbers. And so numbers come to life. And my gift is to interpret. Like I can break down energy and see what's going on. And that's why when a crisis happens, it gives you peace of mind if you can understand it.
No, you've always been right. Glynis, everything you've ever told me has always been right. I have to tell everybody that. It's so true.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And what I would tell you is I am divinely guided. Being the Catholic that I am, I count on that. That's my, trusting that I'm a vehicle and it's coming through me, but I do my research. Yes, this isn't fun and games for me. Right. They talk about being a parlor trick, right? Hey, wouldn't you like that? I don't do that. This is real. Right. And being able to help us understand what's going on. There are numbers going around. I wonder if you've seen it, Char, where they put the dates of World War I, World War II, and Ukraine, and they talk about this pattern that's being seen in all 3 dates. Well, keeping it simple, it adds up to 5 energy. And remember, 5 energy loves drama. It likes chaos. It likes crazy. But guess what? It's a challenge to this energy. 2022 will not tolerate that. That's why you're seeing everybody throughout the world rise up to help. People are stepping up, country after country, are volunteering money, artillery, whatever they can to help the Ukrainian people. And that goes back to the number 2. The 2 always means, Char, we're all in this together.
Right.
That's it. Right? It's not just some country far away. We are all impacted. And that is why I am optimistic about where we're headed. Obviously, we have lessons to learn, that's life.
Right. But you're so right, because even with the COVID, it's like we're all in this together. It's not, it's not particular about, it doesn't matter how rich you are, how poor you are, how the color of skin you have, or whatever. We're all the same.
It doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
It goes after all energy. And that's why, as a person, you just want to be aware of that for yourself, right? I mean, look, here's what the bottom line is about all of us. And the 2 promotes healing. Take a look at your physical body. How are you doing? What are you doing for your health? What are you doing to stay strong? Because that's just a good idea no matter what, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Char, I know for a fact you're well aware of that. Like, we've always been one to look for homeopathic remedy, right? If they exist. Is it homeopathic?
Yeah.
Somehow it sounded weird. It sounded like homosexual. I'm like, homeopathic? In my brain, I'm like, wait, am I combining 2 things?
Or holistic.
You don't have to be gay to care about your health. I'm telling you right now. We can all take care of our health, because that's key, and it also gives you the ability. So if you're suffering right now, Char, lots of people with the lower back pain, the neck pain, whatever it might be, this is a year to solve it. This is a year to go within. Meditation, affirmation, what you're putting in your mouth. It all makes a huge difference this year of 6 energy.
You know what? I actually started doing no gluten and no dairy. So
there you go.
The only dairy I do is goat cheese. Hey, listen, what about Zelensky's numbers?
I have a fabulous story about these 2 men, and I did cover it. I'm actually going to be doing a fun show coming up on Monday as well about this. But I wrote a piece, Coast to Coast, with Mr. George. Because we talk about what's happening in the world. Right. But keeping this simple, what I do when I hear there's a crisis, let's say, and this could be in your marriage, by the way, your husband and wife, you're like, Glynis, I'm just so unhappy. And I'm like, well, what's his birthday? Right? I always want to know, what is your blueprint? There are 3 numbers that come from our name. There are 3 numbers that come from the birthday. Those 6 numbers give us a blueprint of who we are. When we look at 2 people, we can do that chart comparison to see what's going on with these 2, right? Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what I did with Zelensky versus Putin. Okay, now the big shift, they were both born on a 7-day. They both have an 8 attitude, which is a powerful thing. I'll tell you in a moment. His life path is a 6. And what 6s do, they're better at damage control. When things are a mess, that's when they step up. It's that idea of rescuing and helping. You're seeing that. You are seeing him do that. You cannot watch this man speak on behalf of Ukrainians and not tell how much he does care. Right. But that's what it is. It's just the 6. Then, if you have 3 numbers out of 6 with somebody, it's a soulmate connection. They share the numbers 7, 7, 6, 8. So soulmate, as I say, Char, it's not always good news. Sometimes it's someone you learn from, and they're learning from each other, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Allergies.
Oh, bless you.
You know what's so funny?
What?
I have allergies for the first time in several years because we wore the mask so much.
Yeah.
I never got it. And now that I'm not wearing the mask, here I am. The allergies are like, God, Glynis, have you noticed that?
Yeah.
They're back?
I believe that. I mean, we haven't gotten colds or flu or anything. I'm going to wear a mask forever.
Yeah, once you block. I mean, this is what's funny. I live in an area where most people are either Japanese or Chinese. So they wore the mask the whole time I was here. So when I said I'm going to wear the mask, I'm like, yeah, may as well join my neighbors. It's just a fact. They always were concerned about air. But here I am taking the mask off and I'm like sneezing, going, maybe I'll put that mask back on. Yeah. So going back to these men, here's the doozy. When I said that Putin was in a personal cycle of 5, which means things don't go to plan and it's out of control, Zelensky is also in a personal year cycle of 5. The difference is, if you go back to the beginning of this attack, Zelensky was trying to be optimistic. He kept saying he's not going to attack. That's just chatter. That's just the media.
Right.
And then it happened.
Yeah.
So believe me when I tell you, it was devastating for the Ukrainian people. But I believe, and people should make note, in 2022, we live in a time where everyone has a cell phone. And so even though Russia might want to shut down the information, they don't get to. I don't believe they get to this time. I believe the information comes through. I believe enough people in Russia will start getting the truth of what's happening because these are their brothers. Do you know that 11 million people in Ukraine are Russian?
Wow.
Those are their people. So anyway, that's what's happening there. But that, I promise you, people say, well, what's going to happen? Bottom line, Putin has made a mistake for himself. He is double 7. The 7 either thinks God or thinks they're God. So here he is dealing with this God issue of I'm going to do what I darn well please. And how he will get out of this, it's complicated. I'm not sure, but I do know this is not a victory for him. I don't care what the spin is.
I think you're right, because there is a network called Telegraph that is giving information into Russia. So,
well, there you go. That's the difference. And also, I'm hearing just other people who have the power to help people get their cell phone app activated enough to read what's happening.
Right.
I mean, you know this. The Ukrainians call the Russians call each other. Many Russian soldiers have abandoned it. They're like, we didn't know that it was about killing, Ukrainians.
Right.
So it's a heartbreaking time.
Right.
And I understand if you want to research Putin, you know that his vision is just if he could bring back Mother Russia and bring all those countries together, he would do it.
Right.
But he cannot do it through force.
What's that noise in the background? I hear like.
Yeah, it sounds like a dog to me. I thought you were, punishing Sunny.
I know, but right.
What is it?
Is that, I don't know, maybe put your
It's definitely not on mine. It's not over here that I can tell.
Tony?
It's coming through Zoom. I just don't know exactly where it's coming from.
Zoom, but he doesn't know where.
I've been messing around with audio, but I can't seem to. Oh, now it stopped.
It does sound like an animal to me.
Does. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like chitter chatter. Anyway, thank you for that. I want people to get your newsletter and to sign up for the calendar.
Yes.
How can they do that?
I'm going to play with my eye. I'll tell you what they can do. If they go to numberslady.com, they can sign up for the free newsletter. It's each month. I tell you what kind of month it's going to be by the numbers. And I also pick hot topics like covering Putin and Zelensky. So I do that, but I also help you. People submit questions. So I do the Q&A. We talk about the husband and the wife. We talk about someone who might have a career question. It's everything. And the fact that it's free is a big deal because honestly, I think you know this, Char, it takes forever. It takes like 20 hours of my time to come up with a beautiful newsletter.
And I'm really excited because I really want you to take some callers if you don't mind. But I just have to say one thing.
Yes.
This is to all the Char visionaries.
Can I just talk about your hair, goddess?
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Good old Char's a Leo, as am I. I just look at the mane and I laugh. You're like a darn cat. Are you on a couch right now? Right?
You know what? That's weird. There were 4 stray cats in my barn this week. Anyway, wait.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
Wait, but I just want to say that I Googled because I wanted to make sure I had the numberslady.com right.
Right.
And some other bitch is calling herself the numbers lady.
She can't.
Well, wait, but Google it and find out. So I just want everybody to know.
Is it the accountant? Is it an accountant?
I don't know. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. I just
you can't tell me her website is thenumberslady.com because that's
it's not your website, but she
okay.
But she just said the numbers lady, and I just want everybody to know it's Glynis McCants.
Right.
Okay.
But more importantly, numberslady.com, not the numbers lady, because that was taken long ago. Okay. But numberslady.com or glennishasyournumber.com. That's the website. And by the way, they can learn so much there. I teach what's your life path number, what's your attitude number. I talk about master numbers. I talk about numbers that follow you around. It's a great place to hang out and learn about numbers.
Okay, great. Okay, let's take a phone call. Do you mind?
No, of course not.
Tony?
All right, let me run the dial
here.
The
phone lines are filled. They're filled, Glynis. Everybody wants to talk to you, so let's get on this.
Yes.
All right, so we have a, let's see, 917 area code, so you're live on the air. Hello.
Hi, is that, am I on?
Yes, you are on. How are you?
Hey, Char, it's Joni from West Bloomfield. And Tony, how are you?
Oh, Joni and Tony, good. How are you? Oh, you're so lucky you're going to talk to Glynis.
We're good. What privilege to be on today.
Oh, I'm so excited that you guys called in. Glynis, these are the nicest people, and they are the best chefs ever. They cook food for me and my sister and my brother.
So what's the date of birth for the woman? Her name is what?
Oh, yeah, mine is June 3rd, 1959, which I think makes me a 6.
Well, technically, I mean, there's a lot more going on in there, right? I mean, you're not just that. You're technically born on a 3-day. You have a 9 attitude, which means all creativity. 3, 6, 9. Never a dull moment. You care too much. You got to work on your boundaries. You know, your heart is so huge. When it comes to family, there's nothing you won't do for them, but you have to make sure that you're not so completely giving that by the time you want something back, they look at you like, what do you want? They don't know what to do with you. Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Wow.
You're right, because she's a family person. Yeah. She was gonna go to New York, and I said, you can't go because someone's gonna have COVID. And guess what? Somebody got COVID.
Oh yeah. No. Did you end up going to New York and getting COVID? Is that right?
No, she didn't get it.
Yeah, Char guided us not to go, and so thank goodness we were safe, and we finally did get to go to New York this weekend, and got to celebrate with the family. But and my husband Tony, his birthday is April 5th, 1962.
Hold on, 1962, 5, 9, and then he's a 9. So you're technically in numerology considered a natural match, which is lucky. But since you share the number 9, you have to be careful not to let your family, like troubles with family, interfere with the love you two have. You see, like any problems in the family, don't let it interfere with that special bond that you two have. That's one of your lessons. And then he's born on a 5-day, which means he gets restless. How does he handle that?
Well, in answer to the first point, Lord knows they've tried.
Oh yeah, yes they have. Yeah. And then going to your restless energy, what do you do with that?
Pardon?
You're restless. What do you do?
Oh, I'm restless. What do I do with that? I try to channel it, in a positive way.
But is there anything like I always think about exercise? Some people take up golf. They just end up doing something that keeps them busy enough to use energy. Do you do any of that? What do you do?
More on the music side, actually.
Great.
That used to be, yes, that used to be a very strong outlet for me.
Well, let me tell you about that. Music is extremely important for you, period. Meaning you should be picking music that brings joy every day, just taking time out to hear some of your favorite songs, because that is all vibration. So anytime you feel down, you put on the right song, you're in a good mood. That's what it takes. You're smiling all over again.
Very true.
Wow.
And One more thing. Since they're born on a 3-day and a 5-day, you are the lights in numerology. And as I say to Char, when you're a light, you got to be careful not to attract bugs, the people, the draining people. Because they see the joy. They're like, oh, look at all that joy. Let me steal it. Let me just steal that joy. You're like, oh boy. And I'll bet you two know how to give each other the look, which means let's get out of here. Like you don't even have to say it. Yeah. Very intuitive.
Very funny.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Everything you said was pretty spot on, honestly. It really was.
Yeah. Oh, and there's one more thing go ahead.
Go on.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead, please.
I was going to say, here's something really lucky. You both live in the same cycle at the same time when it comes to the personal year. Well, you're both in a personal year of 6 right now, which means the world's your oyster. You just have to decide what you want to focus on, and you can make it happen. It's a very strong cycle. Nothing like last year or the year before. Much stronger and better for you.
Wow, that is great news for you guys. Thank you so much for calling us. We're going to take some more callers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, hugs and kisses. Bye-bye. Okay, Tony.
Well, they're naturally matched to you, Char. Of course you'd love them.
Oh, yeah, but wait, you should taste his cooking. Well, but I must say your Charlie is the most phenomenal chef.
I know.
I can't wait.
He's amazing. He is. Char, he's ridiculous. Even for St. Patrick's Day, he decorated. We have this big leprechaun on the lawn right now. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, how long does he put to stay there? Charlie loves to bring the magic. Anytime there's a way to celebrate, he will. And I'm madly in love for that. For that reason, I appreciate it. Yeah.
He's amazing. Okay, Tony, we need to get the callers, and we have so many people who want to talk to Glynis.
All right, so let's do a 773. I think Francis, you're on the air.
Hey, Francis.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Okay, take it away, Glynis.
What's your name? First name?
Francis.
Francis, what's your date of birth?
01/23/1972.
So the 5s are coming through for you, Char. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So, Francis, I say this. The 5, of course, is someone who you just have such appreciation of when people make an effort. Like if you go to a party and it's a nice dinner and it's good music, you just love it. Like you just smile. But you've got a 7. The 5-7 means travel is a part of your life. Like you've got to find ways to get out of your regular environment. You have such a love of nature. So I personally think of the ocean, but the mountains, the plants, the flowers, all of that speaks to your soul. How true is that for you?
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Right. So what do you do about it? I know we've all been through this nightmare pandemic, but like, tell me about your environment. Where do you live? Is nature surrounding you or not right now where you live?
I live in the Chicago suburbs, and we're not far from forest preserves and nature preserves and things like that.
Well, I'm suggesting that when you're troubled, you need to find a really pretty place to just sit there and ask your questions, because the answers come through when you get in tune.
Okay.
But honestly, I have clients who aren't near the water. I'll give you an example. I have a 7 life path who's in Arizona. They're like, there's no water here. I said, get a fish tank. And sure enough, he's got this massive fish tank, and he just stares. When he gets stressed out, he sits there, and when he watches his fish, he ends up in a whole different place, and that inner voice becomes loud for him. Same idea. So just keep that in mind. Some people do jacuzzis, some people do their shower, but the water has a healing impact on you, Francis. So keep that in mind.
Thank you. That's really good to hear, because I need to learn to stop watching so much TV and stuff and really go inward and
listen, we are being so manipulated. I hate it for us. Like, it was one thing, like, you're a natural person who digs for information. You love to learn. You really do. But now it's a saturation. It's too many headlines. It's too many stories. And suddenly, Francis, you lose your own life. You know, like you go down the rabbit hole and you're like, wow, now I'm miserable. But what can you do? So you got to pull away. And when I say looking at your numbers, now you do have a 6 attitude. So I have to ask, did you ever have kids?
Kids, yes.
How many?
2.
All right. Because the 6 attitude is the mother energy, meaning that's the nurturing side of you. But let's pretend you're a young mom with kids. I would still say you need to take time out for you, because the 7 has a loner quality. And if people invade your private space, you're not happy. You know, you have to invite people in. When you're ready to welcome people, you're great. But if they show up without notice, that's not a happy you, Francis. No.
100%, 100% accurate.
Yeah. And so that's what's great about the numbers, Char, is that if you get a heads up by the numbers, aren't we really trying to figure out how do we coexist, right? How do we understand each other? Because what goes wrong in relationships is when we are put down for exactly who we are, right, Francis? Like if someone's like, well, Francis, where are you? I can't get a hold of you. And you're like, I need my space. But if they knew your numbers, they'd go, oh, she's just off doing her thing. She needs to decompress. She needs some time by herself. And by the way, nighttime, tell me about what time do you go to bed? That's a question for you.
Oh, it's been terrible lately. I mean, I'm staying up late getting the second wind. I'm going to bed like 1, 2 a.m. It's awful. And then I have to get up early.
Okay, so here's my heartbreak. The truth is you are a natural night owl. I call the 7 a human vampire. They come to life at night. The problem is you have to get up. You have to get up in the morning. That's the heartbreak, right? Because if you didn't, you'd be fine. But your natural time, when you're up at night, you're just very alive. You know, it's like you even like that quiet where you have time with yourself. But the problem is it's going too late for you.
Yes.
I'm going to make a suggestion because I started using it myself. And it is, again, homeopathic. It sounds like that other word, Char. I'm just telling you. In my head today. Anyway, homeopathic. Okay, it's called Resurge. Resurge. Look it up. But someone recommended it to me. And they say you can take 4 of them, which is ludicrous. Because, Francis, you notice how you're very affected by anything you take? Like you're very sensitive?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be real careful. So guess what? I take only 1. Even though it says you can have 4. And that 1 that I take, after about an hour of being wired, I feel tired. I go to sleep. I wake up great. None of that. I took something last night. Nothing. So that's what I'm suggesting.
And it's totally natural?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The ingredients in it are natural. That's the whole point. I can't take anything. I mean, every prescription drug out there, when I once took a Vicodin because I was supposed to, I got sick. I'm not someone who can handle prescription drugs.
I can't either.
Yeah, Char's the
same. I can't take Vicodin either. It doesn't even touch the pain if I have a root canal or something like that.
Right. But I'm telling you, research, look it up, and 1, don't take the 4, just take 1. But I promise it'll help you just go to sleep and not feel weird the next day. You're welcome.
Oh, it's so nice to have you call in. Thank you so much. Please call us again. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you both so much. I needed this.
Good. I'm glad you got through.
You really helped her, Glynis. Okay, can we get one more call in?
We can get one more in.
Okay, great.
All right, so let's do a 491. You're on the air with Glynis and Char.
Hi, how are you both?
Great, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
And what's your name?
My name is Karen.
Okay, so Glynis is going to ask you for your numbers. Go for it. Your birth date.
Date of birth.
Okay. 12/12/1957.
Well, the first thing I want to say, Karen, is I want to apologize that your name has been picked on so much. That's not fair. Not fair, Missy. And I have a best friend named Karen. I'm like, of all the names they had to mess with yours? And she just laughs. She goes, I know. I know. But anyway, you're a good Karen, as they say. You are. And I'll tell you why I say that. Let me just double check one thing. Okay. Anytime I see the six attitude, Karen, it just means you really do step up. You know, you have a very responsible part of your personality. And if there's a crisis or a problem, you're the one who says, well, what can I do to help? It's natural for you to do that. And then you're born on a 3-day, which is the communicator, but also counselor. Like giving advice, not hard for you to do. The frustration for you is when you give good advice, they didn't take it, and you watch them make the mistake you knew was coming. How often has that happened?
A lot.
It's annoying. Yes, yes, it's annoying.
Yes.
And then your life path number is 1. So when you're a 1 life path, because 1 represents the beginning, sometimes you feel like you just don't have enough time. Like you're always a little worried that you're running out of time. And then if you do a good job, you turn into a multitasker. You're like, okay, well, what's next? What else am I supposed to do? What? So I say when you're 1, you need to stop and acknowledge what you just accomplished. Like give yourself a moment and say, you know what? You did a great job. You have to be your own cheerleader because you won't always attract people who help you that way. Do you see? And criticism.
That's my biggest problem. That is my biggest problem.
Right. So that's what you have to work on, but you can do it. You just stop what you're doing and say, I want to acknowledge what you just did. You know, bravo. You know, just be that voice, because strangely enough, you don't need another person to give it to you, but you need to hear that appreciation. Otherwise, as a 1, you can be very critical of yourself, and then you can't help but be critical of others because you see everything. It's almost like you're trying to fix it. And when we have the brain that wants to fix things, we instantly can see, okay, what's going on? What does that mean? You got to relax it. And Char knows this is about me. I'm obsessed with affirmations. You know, in your case, the one I would suggest on numberslady.com, affirmations to attract more kindness. Because when you attract more kindness, it just means people step up for you. Make sure Karen's okay. Is there something you need? Instead of you doing it for them all the time.
Right.
Wow.
My husband says that too. I need to start, feeling better about myself and
that's right. You're very critical. Yeah, you're hard on yourself. What's his date of birth, your husband?
3/21/59.
59. So he's got this 3, he's got the 6. You know what I'm loving about these people tonight is we keep seeing couples that have the same attitude number, which means they're in the same personal year. That's lucky. It means you can work together to grow. You don't have to grow apart. Obviously, in life, there's the yin and the yang. Sometimes things happen that can hurt a relationship. But Karen, you're really lucky you found this man. What's his name?
Jim.
All right. Now, Jim, because he's double 3, he should be using his ability to talk to other people for a living. Like some of those people go into sales or something where they are able to convince people. He's got charm. I call it when he wants to put up a good front, he's like an Oscar winner. He can be very convincing. Yeah. Right? Right. So, yeah. So tell me about that. What did he pick for work?
He's not working right now. He had open heart surgery a year ago, and he had died on the table, but God brought him back. Thank God. God brought him back.
No, I love that story.
And now he's
what about
kind
a book?
Of like,
Does he have a book? Is he going to write about this story? Is he going to help people? Because
I don't know. I wish he would, because he likes to talk.
No, he has to. Listen. Double 3 means here to motivate and uplift other people. That is his purpose. The fact that he died and came back to life is not an accident. He is supposed to bring hope to the world. And that story alone is a powerful story. And then he can share a story with other people. He'll have it'll be joy for him to do it, but people will feel better and more excited and hopeful about their life because of Jim.
Oh, you're making me cry. That's how I say. I tell him all the time. Be grateful.
Oh, it's huge. Now, how about this? you're both in a personal year of 3 right now, which means this is the time to do the story. Now, here's how to do it. Don't let him, he's not going to type it up. He should do audio, like Dragon is the software I use on my computer. Talk it. Tell his story. Before you know it, it's into book form. It can happen.
Boy,
yes,
we would love,
and you can help him do it, Karen. Yes, you can.
We would love to know if did he have a near-death experience where he saw spirits?
No, he won't really talk too much about it. He won't talk too much about it. But
when was it? What day was it? What day?
It was November 17th of a year ago. This past November 17th, it happened.
Right. So guess what? That was a toxic day in numerology for him. Not surprising. Like when I talk to Char, I often warn her about that 8 energy. It's just an 8 day. What it means is he really was internalizing. Like he gets very stressed and it was keeping it inside him and it turned against him, right? But he's still here. And when you're still here, it's because you got some work to do. He's got something to offer. And when he tells the story, he will be so happy to think he changed lives for the better. I can see it. He's got a big smile when he's happy, right?
Yes, and he's a good man.
I know he is. Wow. Yes, but Karen, you can help him do that.
Wow, that is so special. Thank you so much, Karen, for calling. Glynis, you're amazing. Oh, you're so welcome.
Oh, yes. Yes, she's welcome, and she's a sweetheart. But they can do it as a team, Char. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Because a one life path can push it forward. If he's a storyteller. Because one thing, gee, I'm not really a writer, but if you can tell a story, it's a book.
I think he's holding something back from his near-death experience. I want to talk to you all night, but Tony says we got to go.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear, but numberslady.com.
Thank
Not
you.
whoever the numbers lady is. I have no idea what that is, but now you'll make me look.
Okay. And also you do private sessions.
And my books. Listen, people listen to this and go, well, what's a good book? Glynis has your number. That is my first book. That book people love. Love by the Numbers, if you're looking for healthy love or trying to fix your relationship, Love by the Numbers is my other book. They're both available, but visit numbercity.com. You can see everything that I offer.
Thank you, Glynis, for being here. Please come back soon. You are our in-house numerologist, and I'm honored to have you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Love you. Take care.
Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Tony, thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Remember, intuition will take you places logic never could. Bye-bye.